Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bertemu kembali kita dalam channel saya. Okey tuan-tuan, hari ini saya nak berkongsi tentang motor 3 fasa. Okey, ada yang bertanya, kenapa motor 3 fasa tidak memerlukan neutral lah? Okey, sebelum tu kita kena tahu bahawa neutral tu sebenarnya bukannya pelengkap litar lah tuan-tuan. Tak semestinya kalau tak ada neutral kita tak boleh nak hidupkan kita punya equipment lah. Untuk 3 fasa dia macam tu lah. So kita tunjuk dulu kenapa neutral ni tidak diperlukan pada motor 3 fasa. Okay, kita tengok pada pemilik video ni, sebab video sekarang banyak ajar menggunakan bahasa Inggeris lah. Jadi saya akan cuba terangkan dalam bahasa Malaysia lah.
0.4 amperes there. Measure the current being drawn by one of the heaters.
Okay, pemilik video ni dia buat simulasi dengan menggunakan 3 beban lah. Kita ada 3 fasa, red, yellow, blue. So setiap fasa tu dia akan sambungkan dengan heater lah. So red satu heater, yellow satu heater, blue satu heater lah. Heater bilik air tu, heater mandi tu. So dia akan kira beban pada setiap fasa tu apabila disambungkan pada
what the current is in the line conductor, and we're going to check what the current is in the neutral. And hopefully from a previous video on how to use clamp meters, we should be able to see what those values are in there. So we're getting about 8.4.
Okey, macam ni dia hidupkan fasa yang pertama red, dihidupkan heater red ni.
You can see here the test rig that we were talking about in a previous video, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on heater number 1. So this is on phase 1, which we refer to as L1. So if I turn my clamp meter on to measure current, I'm just going to clip it over this lead and measure the current in there. So we're getting about 8.4 amperes there.
Okey, dia dapat 8.4 untuk heater yang pertama lah. Kita lajukan sikit.
Amperes. So we've got the same current in the neutral as we've got flowing through L1, as we'd expect that to be. As we'd expect that to be. At this point. Let's find out.
Okey, heater nombor 1 tadi dia measure dapat 8.2. Dekat neutral dia pun dapat 8.2 jugalah. So kalau
flowing through L1.
Ini bermakna kalau kata dia onkan satu heater saja dan dia ambil bacaan pada wire heater yang pertama tadi, dekat red tadi dia dapat 8.2 dan neutral dia akan dapat 8.2 jugalah.
As we'd expect that to be. Now, just to prove that there's nothing funny going on in this situation, we're going to just double check those values for all 3 heaters. So I'm going to turn on the L2 connection now and measure what we've got running through our second phase. So again, we've got 8.4, 8.5 ampere.
Okay, bermakna heater yang kedua bacaan dia 8.4 am lah. Saya rasa dia gunakan heater yang sama, jenama yang sama lah. Sebab current dia tu hampir sama.
So allowing for the tolerances in the manufacture of the heaters, you can see that we're getting the same current flowing through L2.
So neutral dia pun
and once again, we've got the same current flowing
8.3
through the neutral for that conductor as well. I'll just test L3 as well. So I'm going to turn this heater on and check the current.
Okay, dia onkan heater ketiga. Dia check pada kabel biru tu.
Flow through L3. And again, we're getting that 8.3, 8.4 amperes quite nicely. And then measure the neutral current again. And we're getting, again, the same current flowing through the neutral. So we're quite comfortable with that. What we're going to do next is we're going to build...
Okay, dia dah buktikan tadi setiap heater tu menggunakan current yang sama lah. 8.3, 8.2 macam tu. Okey, sekarang dia akan cuba onkan 2 atau 3 heater sekaligus.
To our understanding of how the current is coming from L2, got 8 and L2, which is
Okey, dia onkan L1 dengan L2. Dia heater 1 dan heater 2 lah.
there. Now again, just measuring the current through here, we've got 8.4 amps coming from L1. We've got 8.3, 8.4 amps coming from L2. Now, what would you expect the neutral to be? Bearing in mind that the neutrals from all three of these sockets all come back.
Okey, kalau macam ni kita akan expect yang neutral tu nanti dia akan 8.2 campur 8.2, so 16 lah sepatutnya. Tapi tak akan berlaku macam tu lah. Ini untuk 3 fasa ya tuan-tuan.
Through this cable here, through this conductor here. So the neutral current from that heater and from this heater are both flowing through this neutral now. So what would you expect the current to be? Now at this point, we normally get a range of answers from our learners, but the most common one is, well, would you just add them together? So you'd have about 16.7 amps, somewhere around that value, 16.8. So let's measure it and see what we get. Now that's interesting.
Okey, bila dia onkan 2 fasa, dia dapat return dia 8.2 lah pada kabel neutral lah. Dia tak dapat 16 yang seperti kita jangkakan lah.
We're getting 8.2 amperes. So actually we're getting the same current as we had when we just had one heater connected. That seems a little bit strange maybe. Let's make it even stranger. We're now going to turn on the third heater. So now we've got...
Okey, dia cuba onkan heater yang ketiga lah. So heater 1, 2, 3 on lah.
8.4 amps flowing through L1, as you can see there. We've got 8.4 amps flowing through L2, as you can see there. And we've got the same current flowing through L3, as you can see there. So let's see what the neutral current's going to be. What do you think it will be? Let's find out. And look at that.
Okey. Dekat sini dia dapat hampir 0 am lah. Sebab ketiga-tiga heater menggunakan beban yang sama, arus yang sama, jumlah arus yang sama. Jadi kalau beban sama, maknanya arus akan sama lah. Dekat situ kita dapat balance punya load. So return tu kita akan dapat kosong lah. Jadi begitulah sebabnya kenapa motor 3 fasa tidak memerlukan neutral, sebab neutral tu kosong. Return tak ada sebab rintangan dalaman winding tu semua setiap fasa tu balance lah. Sebab itulah kenapa motor 3 fasa tidak memerlukan neutral.
Now we're getting 0 amps flowing through here. And actually if I remove that from the neutral conductor, you can see that actually this has a little, it's measuring a little bit of current that isn't there at the moment.
Okey, dia bagi tahu tadi equipment dia ni ada sedikit error lah. Jadi bacaan tu sepatutnya kosong lah.
Anyway, just because of the precision of this device, so we've got 0.1 amperes, so you can see when I clip that on there, we're actually measuring no current flowing.
Okey, kita pergi kepada 3 fasa punya penyambungan. Apa berlaku pada internal punya ni. Okay.